Hey, it's Guy Daniels today, coming to you from the roof of my car here in McDonald, Ohio, right along the Mahoning River, right along Marshall Avenue. I was doing this tour of McDonald and I decided to stop here and do a video, and what better place than on the roof of my car. I got a sunroof, so I thought it'd be pretty cool to do that. I just wanted to make the video about what it's like to have a walking disability. I know a lot of people, think it's awkward. Think maybe people with walking disabilities are socially awkward. I know exactly, what you think, because I feel awkward when I walk, but I'm not an awkward person, and I think that's what everybody should know when they're dealing and interacting with people with walking disabilities. They might be awkward when they're walking, but it takes a lot of concentration. You get shortness of breath. A few weeks ago, I saw somebody with that I knew not that well, but I knew decently well, who had their leg amputated, and when they're sitting down talking to me, they're doing fine, but when they walked, it was a little bit awkward to be around them. And we kind of had talks about, we're similar now. We both have a walking disability, and mine is similar to that, whereas that it's not a genetic condition, it's a birth defect. Really, although I wasn't 5 until I was technically diagnosed with cerebral palsy, but still, it's it really just affects the way I walk. But it does definitely have a big impact on your life. I like being active. I like doing things. I like getting out and walking around. But when I'm in pain, I don't like to do that sort of thing, which generally when I'm walking, I'm in pain. So you kind of develop different things that you enjoy to do. It's worth getting to know people with walking disabilities, even if they might come across as a little bit awkward, particularly if you meet them while walking or standing. It might be a little bit awkward for you to see that, but I just want you to know that you learn to deal with what God's given you, and as long as you learn to cope with what you have, you can actually be a pretty happy person. I consider myself a very mentally strong person. I don't think I have any sort of mental illness, although there's a lot of people without walking disabilities that have mental illness. But it's easy when you go on the streets and downtown, you see people begging for money, and due to life circumstances, a lot of times they're on the streets like that, and it seems like regularly you see people with walking disabilities or some sort of physical disability on the streets begging for money. It's probably more common to see people with disabilities, and people tend to be a little bit more sensitive towards those with disabilities if you have a walking disability. But I know people, you're generally attracted to people that you are similar to, and there have been people that I have gotten to know pretty well who have walking disabilities who are very productive people. So just because you have a walking disability does not mean you're not going to be a productive person, a good person, enjoyable to talk to. It can make life a little bit more difficult at times, but like I said, as long as you get to know yourself and how the disability affects you, you can really be an enjoyable person to be around. So anyways, just wanted to talk about that today, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.